Tiger, and I would like to demonstrate how I used springboot3, Java 17, Cucumber, and test containers to develop an application. So let's get right to it. First of all, I have a feature file, obviously, because this is a Cucumber application. It uses Selenium and WebDriver, and I used Marine Bay to test. I developed Marine Bay many years ago, and I'm surprised it's still up and running, but it is, and is perfectly appropriate for this demonstration. So the Cucumber test, another thing, I use the tag name Dragon based on SpaceX Dragon's module is for its autonomous features and capabilities, and its stealth and precision. It's just an awesome vessel, and I love SpaceX. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida, right on the East Coast, and I see the launches and am just amazed by what they're doing, what SpaceX is doing. It's really cool. So anyway, back to the Cucumber application. So this test visits the Marine Bay page. It clicks on a link in the nav bar, Browse Boats, waits for the Browse Boats page to load, and verifies the title is available on the page. It clicks the boat dealer's link in the navigation bar, on that page, and waits for the featured boat dealer's page to load, and then verifies the title featured boat dealers is available on the boat dealer's page. Here's the architecture I used to set this to develop this application. You may like the model, you may not, but I have my feature files. Obviously, it's a Cucumber application, and then I have my hooks class, which has my a set of step definitions, base step definitions that I reuse for all my tests. I just couldn't imagine having to create a step definitions class for every test or every test suite, so I developed a dispatcher service that listens for requests in each one of the step definitions. It maps the request to a steps class method that actually has the logic or the code that executes the test step, whether it's a WebDriver test or whether it's verifying data in a database. This is where all the magic happens. So firstly, we'll just walk through a couple of the steps, how this works. Given I'm on page, we have our step definition here. Let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong file. Sorry. We have our step definition here. The dispatcher maps that request to the steps class method. I am on page, so we'll go here, and the script executes the steps in this method to perform the test step. So one other thing I want to point out is I do use, for my test, I use log details out to the Cucumber build results, or the Cucumber report, test results report. So in the order, in order to have details you can use to use the test results report to manually walk through the test. And I'll show you how that works. So this basically sets the URL. It logs the URL out to the Cucumber test results report. It also logs out the parameter passed in to the feature file step, and visits the URL, grabs the page title, and for giggles logs the page title out to the Cucumber test results report log. The next step, it clicks on browse boats, so we'll go here, and here's our iClick class, our iClick method, sorry, and it has a Java 17 switch statement here. I love it, but it listens for it. The dispatcher maps to that method and passes in this pattern, browse boats, which is here. So the switch statement picks that up, matches the pattern, then executes this step. So in this case, I am setting the CSS selector so that I can log that out to the Cucumber test results log, and I'll explain why I do that later. And then it clicks the link and then waits for an element on the page to load. So I could go through these steps. I won't bore you with that, but that's basically how it works. You can see the pattern. You have your step definition, your feature file step. We have the hooks class that listens for these for requests from the test. It maps each step to a steps class method, and then the method there's code that actually executes the test step, whether, like I mentioned, interacts with the web browser or verifies data in a database, whatever test your test step you need. Now, the reason I wanted to demo this is because I'm excited about test containers. This is my first application ever I've developed using test containers, and it's super smooth. It's super cool that I don't have to worry about maintaining browser driver executables. Docker with Selenium up and running. Those things are all managed done using test containers. So basically, this is a setup. This is all I need, and I can actually set up a test suite and run isolated test in the test containers Docker container using test containers. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a spin. And I'm going to get an error. I think this is caused by the IDE, a setting in the IDE. I need to get that. I need to fix that. Just haven't made that priority. Yeah, it's 60 more. I'm getting a warning, an error actually, but it doesn't affect the functionality of the application or test. So this is currently spinning up a Docker container with Selenium and with the appropriate browser driver executable, running the test, and it just finished. So let's take a look at the test results.
I'm gonna go say goodbye to Karen.
Okay, honey, I love you. And here are the test results. So as I mentioned, it navigates to Marine Bay, and I'll point out why I log details to the screen. So if I wanted to say, for example, this test failed on boats for sale, on the I see boats for sale page, I basically logged the URL out here. So it visits the Marine Bay page, grabs and logs the page title. It clicks on the Browse Boats button, and I printed out or logged the locator that is used to click that link, and then it waits for the page to load and the page title to be available on the page. Verifies the page title is available on the page. So let's say that this step failed. Basically, I could go to Marine Bay, check the title, compare the title. So we could try that quick. This is it here. It's already here, but we'll just do this. Sorry. Is this the one? Still. And then we look for this title. So we go here. Title. And we'll see. There it is. And then so on and so forth. Let's see if I can find this in the if I wanted to find that link, just basically there's 3. It picks the first element with that locator in this list. So even if I wanted to click that, I mean, I can just walk through this whole thing. Oh, sorry. That should. Sorry. There we go. And you see that the boats for sale page loads, and it's still early. And I see boats for sale on the page. And what I did here is I basically, just for giggles, grabbed the text, the full text that on the page, and I see boats for sale. Oh, boats for sale. Sorry about that. So I logged the text that I'm verifying in the output here. So you can basically just use this test case to perform a manual test case to troubleshoot or verify your tests are working as correctly. One other thing I'll demonstrate is, well, let's see here. So I have the Cucumber, the springboot, Java 17, Cucumber test container script up and running, and I'm also working on a REST service using r2dbc. I developed a CRUD. I've been following Josh Long's videos, and finally got a CRUD application up and running. It's using springboot3, r2dbc MariaDB database logic, and I just love it. This just to show you an example of why I love Java 17 is your encapsulated the triple quotes string a string encapsulated triple double quotes adds the new lines for you, so you don't have to add a new line, or your the string.join function method no longer need to do that and use that. You can just basically print your string. You can add your string your text, and it works right out of the box. What else is there? I wanted to show you about this. Basically, the way I've got this set up, this is using graalVM native image. This is the Maven command that builds the image for you, and I've got it up and running now. It's really cool. I'm really excited about it. But this is how it works. Let's just get all my reading. See all the readings. For some reason it adds that plus on. I don't know what it is. There we go. Sorry. No wonder. Stupid me. There we go. So these are all my readings here. I could have used curl, but sorry about that. I wanted you to see it in the browser. So these are blood pressure readings. So if I want to read all, if I want to find an ID, reading by ID, ID equals 1, right? How about 3? 16, we just saw that. There we go. And so if I want to read all, yeah, that is correct. If I want to add a reading, create, it's because of this. I don't know why it adds that plus on there. That's if I want to create, I'll just say today is 120 over 80. Pulse is 71, that's good. Using my left arm, I'm relaxed. So it just created this reading. So if we want to update, let's see. And this is 17. Let's make this 125. A little stressed. That's 17, 125 pulse diastolic. Let's just bring that down to 180. Not as stressed on the lower end. And there you go. It updates it. So if we want to find all, reading all, but I don't want the, that should bring us out here. Oh, I need to fix that. 17 is right here. I need to order it. I need to do that, and where it is all controller, find by all, okay, so that's ready to go. could actually run Maven to spin up the image and just start it using I don't have that up. I don't know if I have it in my history. Well, it's this container right here. This image right here, or this image. It'll spin up this image, and I'll be able to start that up and run that on port 9090. And that's it. Thanks for watching.